Welcome back, folks, to Shivers. Here on the Heavyweights channel, we had to go through puzzles to get us into a new exhibit. And this new exhibit...
Plato first coined the word mythologia, or the telling of stories. Fictional or historical, myths are a universal creation. They attempt to explain the unexplainable. The world, God, monsters, man's very existence itself, and death.
is the Myth and Legends exhibit. And this one here is about Anansi the spider. If you remember early in the playthrough, and believe me, you will have to go through earlier. You'll pretty much this is the myth about Anansi the spider. But if you set the jukebox to a 2, you get a visual demonstration of what Anansi the spider is, because essentially he's a trickster god. But in African terms, he's a trickster god. And he learns about that legend, but then as soon as that opens up, we have the base of something. Now that I do recognize. Yes, indeed. When we get to this point of the game, you should easily know where that is. That is the base of the cloth container to take out the Cloth Ixupi. Thankfully, this Ixupi is one of the more easier ones, because we took care of the wood Ixupi. This wood Ixupi is actually one of the more difficult Ixupis to collect and pretty much cause the health issues. Yet again, wouldn't be surprised. I had to recover for a while, and then I had to put the wood Ixupi back. It was a pain in the ass. Believe me, it was a pain in the ass. So now that we have that cleared, as soon as we approach one of the 2 places where it can be, that is one of the 2 locations of the Cloth Ixupi. You'll want to use the cloth container on the Cloth Ixupi, which, thank God for that, allows us to imprison the poor bastard. We get our health back because it was stolen, but we also get the Cloth Ixupi, imprisoned. Now we have 5 of them. Now we are halfway through. We're quite literally halfway through the game. Thank goodness for that. Now, I do believe we're gonna have to go back to where we were, because there is one thing that's probably not going to be forgiven if they ever. I don't think they're ever going to be able to remaster these games, because let's be perfectly honest here. These games, this is Sierra, doesn't exist anymore. I know it doesn't. Well, thank God, just getting back to where we were, but we need to reopen the thing. Like so, and there's one thing you might need to hear again and again, the spider song. Thankfully, you don't have to do this forever. But anyway, since we've saw the Cloth Ixupi, and I thought the head was mistaken, that's Crystal. And give me a few seconds, I will be right back. Anyway, back to where we were before. So we got the Cloth Ixupi. Now, you might want it. Now, you probably may think to yourself, this mummy sarcophagi is pretty much. Anyway, that this is a wax serpent. This is an alternate place for that one, but we haven't found the wax one yet. But we do find the base of the crystal prison. So now we have the crystal. So now we have the crystal container. So we can now get rid of the Crystal Ixupi. And thankfully, there's only one place for this thing. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain in the utter neck. Believe me, it's just going to be a pain in the neck to deal with. Believe me, it's just going to be a pain in the neck. So now let's just head back to the balcony. There's only one place for the Crystal Ixupi to be, and it's actually there. Oh no, I'm supposed to be scared and terrified. I think being ill for so long has just made me, impervious to not being scared of the Cloth Ixupi. So now we use the Crystal Ixupi on the Crystal Prison on the Crystal Ixupi, and just like that, we have boosted our numbers. So we went from a disastrous 4 Ixupi in prison to now 6 Ixupi imprisoned. Anyway, we're at least 3/4 of the at least we're now 2/3 through, and next time we got another exhibit to go through. But don't worry, we will get to the bottom of where the rest of these prisons are, and we'll imprison more Ixupi along the way. See you next time, folks. Bye for now.